Companies who manufacture steel for reinforced concrete face three problems. 1. Loading of the steel is unsafe. 2. Dispatching the steel is often inefficient and can stop production. 3. There are huge costs involved in the logistics of dispatching steel. The traditional way to handle and dispatch the steel is by using trailers. Trailers are expensive. The steel comes off the bending, cutting machine and gets transported by overhead crane to the dispatch area to load it on a vehicle. Loading steel on a vehicle bed that is 1.5 meters off the ground is dangerous. Sometimes the vehicle's not ready to be loaded and the steel is placed on the ground to wait for the next available vehicle. The result? Steel is placed on the ground and loaded later, which means double handling, ground space required, and extended crane hours. This can result in the production having to stop or slow down as they cannot get rid of their steel. The new way to handle reinforced steel dispatch: use a Mobicon with flatracks. Flatracks are much cheaper than trailers. Empty flatracks can be stacked to save space. 1. The Mobicon places flatracks in the production hall, sometimes 2 or 3 behind each other. 2. Flatracks are loaded with the steel that comes straight from the production. The loading is on ground level, which is very safe. The Mobicon can lift over 1.6 meter loads. 3. When a flatrack is loaded, the Mobicon puts it outside and places an empty flatrack back in the hall. No double handling, safe loading, and production is not interrupted. 4. When a vehicle comes back from its delivery run, the Mobicon takes the empty flatrack off the vehicle and places a loaded flatrack back on the vehicle. The vehicle's turnaround time is minimal and can do more deliveries per day. The first company to use this method of dispatch was in Brisbane, Australia, and according to the management, the saving in the first year was 700,000 Australian dollars plus safer working plus dehiring 24 trailers. They also increased their output by 35% without adding any new production units. Now, almost all the major reinforced steel companies in Australia used a Mobicon with flatracks. Flatracks come in all sizes, from 20 feet, 6 meters, to 40 feet, 12 meters. Flatracks can be modified to include safety rails and tie-down points. Flatracks are much cheaper than trailers. And a lightweight Mobicon has very low operational costs per move. A Mobicon is the only mini straddle carrier that lifts the container with rigid arms. No wire ropes are used. The flat track cannot swing while being lifted or transported.